So question number 29. The next three questions, 29 to 31, refer to the following information. The house values in thousands of dollars for samples of homes from the Calgary neighborhoods are recorded. Some summary statistics are shown in the table below. So neighbors, number of homes, minimum, Q1, median, Q3, maximum, mean, and standard deviation. Everything is given for three types of homes, that is evergreen, royal, and MC Kenzig. So approximately how many homes in the sample from the neighborhood of Evergreen are worth at least $30,000? So at least $30,000 means it's talking about Q1. So Q1 represents, so it is talking about at least. At least means it should be at least 3,000 means it can be more than 3,000. So Q1 represents a 25% of the data. So we are not talking about 25%. We're talking about the rest 75% because it's talking about at least. At least means for $33,000, $30,000 or more than that, above that. So above that is 75%. So 75% can be written as 0.75 multiplied by IQR interquartile. So what is IQR for evergreen? IQR for evergreen is 0.75, Q3 minus Q1, 0.75. What is Q3? 480 minus 300. Now do the calculation and tell me the answer.
Wait, what's the 0.75?
This is the 75% of the data because they're saying that approximately how many homes in the sample from the neighborhood of Evergreen are worth at least $30,000. So they're talking about $30,000. This 300 is basically 30,000 of dollars. So all the values are given in thousands of dollars. So they're talking about 30,000 of dollars, which is Q1. So now they're talking at least. It means we have to talk about more than more than $30,000, which would be the 75% of the data because Q1 represents 25% of the data, but we need the answer for 75% of the data. Got
Okay.
it?
Yeah, that's 135.
That's 135. So we get the correct answer, B. What is the mean value of all homes in the samples from all three neighbors combined? So now we have to find the mean homes of all. So already the mean was given. What was the mistake you did? Evergreen, the mean for the evergreen is 367. The mean for the royal is 581. The mean for the MC Kenzai is 355. So mean is already given, but now we need to find the means of all the homes together. To find the means of all the homes, so how many homes have the mean of 367? This is the frequency. So what will happen? We always have another column. So it will be
Relative.
this column times this column. So it would be 180 times 367, then 153 times 581, and 179 times 355. Calculate these three, add them. First calculate them.
66060.
Can you say again?
66060.
60, okay.
Triple 893.
248,
No, triple 8.
888. 888,
93.
okay.
And 63187.
Okay, now add them all.
218140.
So the mean is 218140 divided by total number of items, which would be total number of
Wait.
homes.
Ah, 507.
Okay, now divide them.
Four three 0.256.
It shouldn't be 430. You have some calculation mistakes.
181405547. That's what I got.
Check the calculations again. There might be some mistake in your calculations. It, sh it should be 174 times 355. You should get 61. Signal, there is some error. 61770.
61422.
61770. 174 times 355. Now add them again.
355. Okay. 61700. Okay.
Yes. Now add them again.
216723. 427.461.
So this is the correct answer. 427462. E part. Option E is the correct answer. Okay, coming to 31. If we were to construct an outlier box plot for the homes in Kins Lake, the values of the house would be labeled as suspected outlier if it was. So whenever we have to calculate the outliers, we either have to calculate LF and UF. So for we are talking about the third one. Okay. So now they're talking about this one, Kins Lake, and you have to calculate LF and UF for this one, Kins Lake. Okay, calculate it. You can calculate it on the board.
Good luck.
Okay, now calculate the UF. So what did you get? 267. How to calculate LF? 320 minus 1.5. From where did you get this 355?
Ah, fuck.
Did you write mean over here?
Yeah, I'm gonna use this.
No. Do it carefully, please. $590. Did you write maximum over here?
Yep,
No. Did you forget how to find LF and UF? You just did it in the last questions.
I made a mistake.
You have to write Q3, yes. Okay, now it's correct.
Yeah, done.
So it's anything less than 200 and greater than 520. So LF means less than 200, UF means greater than 520. So what is the mean value of all the harms in the samples? No, it's not this question. This is. So it's less than 200 and greater than 520. So it's option D is the correct answer. The next two questions, 32 and 33, refer to the following information. An important quality characteristic of water is the concentration of suspended solid materials. The following side-by-side box plots display the concentration for 80 water samples taken from Manitoba and 50 water samples taken from Lake Whipping. Okay, so what is the main information given in this question? That 80 water samples are taken from one source, that is Lake Manitoba, and other water sources are taken from 50 water sources are taken from Lake Winnipeg. Okay, so now what are they asking? The mean concentration for the water samples from Lake Manitoba is 42.4. The mean concentration for the water samples from Lake Winnipeg is 55.3. What is the mean concentration of all the water samples combined? Yes, it means you have to find the mean. Yes, Abdullah. The mean concentration for the water samples from Lake Manitoba is 42.4 and the mean concentration from Winnipeg is 55.3. So Lake Manitoba is basically has 80 water samples and Winnipeg basically has 50 water samples. And you have to find the average concentration, mean concentration. So it would be 80 times 42.4 plus 50 times 55.3 divided by. Okay, tell me divided by what?
80 plus 50.
80 plus 50, good. Okay, tell me the answer now.
130. Oh,
Hmm?
wait. Give me a second. 47.36.
Option A is the correct answer. Which of the following statements are true? The interquartile range of concentration is approximately 115 for both the lakes. Okay, they're saying the interquartile range for the concentration is approximately 15 for both the lakes. So let's check this, the interquartile range. Okay. So for the interquartile range of Manitoba, this is median, this is Q3, this is Q1. So Q3 is 50 minus Q1 is 35. 10 minus 5, 5, 4 minus 3, 1. So for this, Q3 minus Q1. So Q3 is 60 minus Q1 is 35. No, 45. So it's 15. So the first one is correct. The interquartile range of concentration is approximately 15 for both the lakes, so this option is correct. About 60 water samples from Lake Manitoba had concentrated below 50 milligram per liter. So how many water samples from Lake Manitoba are concentrated less than 50 millimeters? So 80 water samples. About 60 water samples from Lake Manitoba are concentrated below 50 milligrams. About 60. So 60 will come at which position? 60 samples. So the total are 80 samples. So half would be 40 and 50, 60. 60 will come under the 50, right? So 60 is going to come under the 50. So it means the option is again correct. The distribution of concentration for Lake Winnipeg is skewed to the left. So is the distribution skewed to the left for Winnipeg? No, it's skewed to the right. So it means 1 and 2 options are correct. So we will mark C, option 1 and 2 are correct. Consider the following side-by-side quantile box plots for the case prices in dollars. 24 wines produced at Vineyard A and 31 wines produced at Vineyard B near Niagara Falls. Okay, so, okay. So now what is going to happen? Which of the following statement is true? The distribution of case prices for Vineyard B is skewed to the right. So for Vineyard B, is it skewed to the right? Yes, it's skewed to the right. See, like this.
Yeah.
Yes, no, it's skewed to the right. It's correct. It would be more appropriate to summarize the distribution for Vineyard B with the mean and standard deviation as opposed to the 5-number summary. So no, it won't be correct because it's already 5-number summary is working good for this information. At least 25% of the wines from Vineyard A come more than most expensive wines from Vineyard B. Okay. So the 25% wines means Q1. So Q1, so it means 25% of the wines are costing 100. 25% of wine from vineyard A cost more than most expensive wine from vineyard B. So most expensive wine from vineyard B should be Q3. No, should be the maximum. And it would cost 125. So the statement is wrong. Did you understand how the statement is wrong?
Yeah, kinda.
At least 25% of the wines from vineyard A cost. So what is the cost of the wines? 25% of the wines from vineyard A. So this is vineyard A, 25% means Q1 and the cost is 100. Do you agree?
Yeah. Mhm.
Now, the most expensive wine from vineyard B. Most expensive means the maximum. The cost of the maximum is more than 120, that is maybe 125. So they say this is more, 100 is more. So it is wrong. 100 is not more,
Mhm.
125 is more. So only the first statement is correct. So option A is correct. Consider the following quantile box plot for the final exam grades in large statistics class. If we constructed an outlier box plot for this dataset, how many grades would be labeled as outliers? So for constructing the outlier, we need to calculate the LF and UF. So first of all, tell me what is this? This is 10 and this is median is, this is Q2 or median. This is Q3, this is Q1. No. And this is the maximum. Yes, so now calculate LF and UF and tell me the answers for LF and UF.
Uh, 20 and 100.
20 and 100. So between 20 and 100, how many are there? 20 will be this, 100 will be this. So if we construct an outlier box plot for this data set, how many grades would be labeled as outliers? So at
Every
least
two.
one, right? At least one. D will be the correct answer. The next two questions, 36 and 37, refer to the following information. The sport of boxing divides the athletes into different weight classes in order to make the competition fairer. The side-by-side quantile box plot shown below display the weights of a random sample of 16 coarse weights, cruiserweight boxers, and 17 heavyweight boxers. Okay. 5 number summary is also given for cruiserweights and heavyweights both. Which of the following statements are true? The distribution of weights for the heavyweights is skewed to the left. For the heavyweights is skewed to the left. I think it's correct. Yes, it is skewed to the left. There are 12 cruiserweights in the sample who weighed at least 220 pounds. So 220 pounds is the Q1. And they said there are at least 12 cruiserweights. So how many are total? 16 cruiserweights. So yes, definitely 12 will come in the first 25%. So 2 is also correct. The mean weight for the heavyweight is likely greater than the median weight. Okay, so what is the mean? Mean would be something near 260, 270. Mean will be something near 270 and median is something near 300. So mean weight for the heavyweight is likely greater. Mean is greater, so the statement is wrong. It's not greater. So only 1 and 2 are the correct answers. So option C is the correct answer. Give me 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay. So 1 and 2 are the correct answer. So did you know the reason why are they correct? Everything is clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Question number 37. The median weight of all the boxes in the sample, cruiserweight and heavyweights combined. What is the median weight? Okay. So what is the median weight? Let's check this out. The median weight for weight of all the boxes in the sample. Median weight of all the boxes in the sample. So how many boxes are there? 16 plus 17, the total box it would be 33. So median weight means 33 plus 1 by 2, 34 by 2, 17th position.
Where would you find the 17th position?
So for finding a 17th position, because 16 are the cruiserweights. So C1, C2, C3 up to 16 are cruiserweights. Then we have heavyweights H1, H2. So 16, 17. So this is the one which is giving us the median H. So we have to find the median for the H. And the median for the H1 is heavyweights one is this less than 300 maybe
Hmm.
270 or what? Let's see the options. Yes, because all of it should be 270 because the maximum option we have is 270 because
Yeah.
it's less than 300 but not too less. So this is the correct answer. Okay. The number of speeding tickets given by a sample of 20 police officers over the course of a month are ordered and shown below. The 5-number summary of the data is also given. Which of the following is the correct outlier box plot for this data set? Okay. So for finding the outlier box plot, we should know what is LF and what is UF. Okay, what is LF?
Uh,
5-number summary is given, so you can just calculate it easily. It's minimum, Q1, median, Q3 maximum. LF is 30 and UF is should be after 110. So it should be after 30 and after 110. So A is the correct option. For B, it should be 30. From here it's correct, but from here it's not correct or correct.
correct.
Correct. Also check the other options. Uh, Median should be 73. Yes, it's 73. Median here is 73. Are they talking about the correct one or not correct one?
So,
They should talk about not correct one because last one is not correct and other all are correct, right?
yeah.
So they should be talking about not correct one and the last one is not correct. Okay. The grade distribution for an introductory English course is shown below. Okay. The grade distribution for an introductory English course is shown below. Essays, reading, midterm, final terms. So percentages are given. One student got 92% on her essay, 85% on reading, 74% on midterm, and 63% on the final exam. What is the student's overall percentage grade in this course? So how to find the percentage grade?
Um,
Very easy. We already calculated 10 times 92 on essay plus
20
20
times 85.
times 85 plus 30 times for the midterm 74 plus final exam is 40% of 63 and the total is 10 plus 20 plus 30 plus 40. Okay, calculate the answer.
73.6.
73.6. Did we have the option? Yes, so E is the correct answer. The grade distribution for an introductory statistics course is shown below. Participation, project, quizzes, final exams. One student has following grades going into the final exams. A student requires minimum 80% to get an A in the course. What is the minimum score the student must get on the final exam out of 45 in order to get an A in the course? So basically 8 by 10, he got 80%. 70 by 10 is the 70 percentage. Let's convert into percentage. So here it gets 60 percentage. 7 by 10 is 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 by 10 is the 70%. 4 by 10 is the 40%. 9 by 10 is the 90%. 28 by 35 would be 28 by 35 times 100. 5 sevens are 35, 5 twos are 10 zeros, 7 fours are 20,
80.
80%. So now they're saying for participation, there would be 5% and he scored 80%. So it would be 80. For project, it would be 70. For quizzes, it would be 60. No. For quizzes, what will happen?
The best ones.
The best three they need. So we will take 60, we will take 70, and we will take 90. We won't take the 41. We need to
Okay.
put the 61, 41. So we will take 60, we will take 70, we will take 90. Then midterm,
80.
80. And the final term is what we have to calculate? Yes. Final term is what we need to calculate. So let's do it 0.05%. Participation was 5%, so it's 0.05 of 80 plus 0.10 of 70 plus 0.15 of 60 plus 0.15 of 70 plus 0.15 of 90 plus 0.25 of 80 plus 0.45 of x, right?
Yeah.
Got it? Okay, now add them
Mhm.
all. Add them all instead of the last one. You can't add the last one, but you can add rest of them all. Add them all. I'm coming in a second.
Okay.
Yes, Abdullah. So the answer you get was 0.42.
I got 64.
64. No, you should get 42 plus 0.45x. Did you get this?
I calculated the first. I got 64.
You should do it again then. I will do it, but it will take a lot of time. So you will get 42 plus 0.45x, only the same calculation as we did, okay? So it
Okay.
should be equal to 80 because it required minimum of 80%. So now I will calculate x from here. 0.45x should be 80 minus 42. And you will get the value of x. You can do the calculations rest of now. It would be 38%. 38 or 39%. 10 minus 2 is... Yes, what did you get?
Um, 84.44.
38.44?
84. 84.
84? Where is the calculator? Okay, anyways, you will do it 80. 80 minus 42 should be 38. It should be 0. And it should never go like this. 5 sevens are 30. 5 nines are 45. 7 are 35. 5 6 are 30. So no, it's not possible. No? 9, 18, 27, 33, 45, 4, 2. Yes, 9 ones are 9. Something 38 or 39. Do all the calculations again and it will get 38 or 39, okay? In the same way.
Okay.
Okay. There are two sections of an introductory course. The following table displays the number of students in section A01 as well as the average midterm score for both sections. So section A01 and A02, number of students in A01 is 123 and the midterm score is 70.2. Number of students for A02 is not given. If the average midterm score for all the students in the course is 65.6, how many students are in section A02? So they have given the average midtime for all of the students. So this is N1, this should be N2. This is the mean given, average x bar 1, this is x bar 2. So average of all of the students is basically N1 x1 bar plus N2 x2 bar, which is equal to N1 plus N2, which should be equal to average of all the students, which is 65.5. So what is N1? 65.6. So what is N1? It's 123 and 70.2 plus N2, which is not given, and 62.8 divided by N1, which is 123 plus N2, which is not given. So we have 65.6 multiplied by 123 plus N2, which will give you, what is 123 into 70.0 and 70.2?
123.
123 multiplied by 70.2. Do the right calculations, please.
8634.
8634 plus 62.8 and 2. So 65.6 into 123.
8068.
Sorry, what did you get? 65.6 multiplied by 123?
8068.
8068 plus 65.6 and 2, which is equal to 8634 plus 62.8 and 2. So this is very easy. We will take everything on the other side. 68 plus 65.6 and 2 minus 8634 minus 62.8 and 2, which is equal to 0. So do the calculations and you will find N2. Now tell me the value of N2 after all the calculations. You should get option E202. Okay, which of the following numerical measures for a sample resistance to the presence of outliers? Which of the following numerical measures for a sample are resistant to the presence of outliers? Mean, median, okay, which are resistant to the presence of the outliers? So mean is affected by outliers, median is not affected by outliers, range is affected by outliers, first quartile is not affected by outliers because this is the very first one, and standard deviation is affected by outliers. So which are not affected by outliers? 2 and 4. E is the correct answer.
Okay.
Resistant means not affected, okay?
Okay.
Okay. The next is the weekly gains for a sample of 4 stocks are displayed below. A negative gain means the stock lost money. What is the standard deviation of gains of the sample of 4 stocks? So we need to find the standard deviation. Before finding the standard deviation, we always need to find mean. So what is x bar? X bar should be equal to 0.88 plus 0.75 plus 1.44 plus 0.43 divided by 4. What will you get? You should get 0.50. Mean is 0.50. So what is standard deviation? S square is equal to summation x minus x bar whole square over n minus 1. So you need to find xi minus x bar. Okay. So you need to find xi minus x bar. Then you need to find xi minus x bar whole square. Okay, find the two columns. Xi is 0.50. 0.88 minus 0.50 in this way. Do these four calculations. Yes. Okay, now add them all. You will get the numerator. Yes, write the numerator. Hurry up. 5.990.
Yeah.
This is the sum. Okay. Divide it and take the square root because we need to find the standard deviation. So we will take the square root.
1.41.
After taking the square root,
Yeah.
never possible. It should be 0.93. Very simple calculations. I don't know why you do calculations mistakes. X here is equal to 0.88 minus the mean was 0.5, 0.50 whole square plus minus 0.75. The same thing I'm doing just in this way. 0.50. The one we did 1.44 plus 0.50 plus 1.44. The next is 0.43. This is xi minus x bar whole square. Are you getting it how I'm writing this divided by
Yeah.
2? So just doing the calculations now. Let me find the calculator and do it for you. And you should do it again too.
On it.
Not at all difficult, but you're doing calculation mistakes in every question. Okay. 0.88 minus 0.50 gives you 0.38 and the square gives you 0.144. Now minus 0.75 minus 0.50 and square 1.56. Then 1.44 minus 0.50 and square 0.88. Then 0.43 minus 0.50 and square 0.0049. Okay, let's add them now. 0.144 plus 1.5625 plus 0.8836 plus 0.0049. This gives you 2.5, which divides by 3 and which gives you 0.93. So how did you get a so wide answer? I don't know. Anyways, this is the calculations in front of you. Okay. Question number 44. The 5-number summary for the weights of a random sample of 30 hockey players is calculated. It was later discovered that a player whose weight is actually 170 was recorded as 180, and another player whose weight is actually 240 was recorded as 230. The value which of the following sample measures will change after the corrections are made. So after the corrections are made, will the mean change? Because the player whose actual weight is 170 was recorded as 180. So 10 added, and who was 240 was recorded as 230. So 10 subtracted. So mean is going to remain the same because we add and subtract the same number. Median, yes, median can change because the middle value can change. Standard deviation will also not change because it's also dependent upon. Will the standard deviation change?
Yeah.
Yes, it can change because the data is getting stretched. And what about the median? Median, for example,
No.
180 was actually 170 and 230 was actually 240. So the median is still 200. Even before the median was 200 and now the median is 200. So median is also not changed. So only thing that is changed is standard deviation, that is third only. Which of the following statements about the standard deviation is false? The standard deviation has the same units of measurement as the original observation. The standard deviation of a set of observation is the average of the square of the deviations from the sample mean. So this is, we know, average, it's the average is the square of the deviations from the sample mean. This is the definition of standard deviation. If the standard deviation is 0, then all of the deviations have the same value. It's not possible. So B is the correct option. B is the simple definition of the standard deviation. Which of the following histograms displays a data set with the lowest standard deviation? Okay, so which displays a data set with the lowest standard deviation? Histograms are given in front of you. So if the observation is concentrated in the center, in this observation is concentrated in the center, so the standard deviation will be lowest. Or A is the correct answer.
If it's not concentrated, then it's high.
If it is concentrated in the center, then it is the lowest. If it's not concentrated in the center, then
Okay.
it's not lowest, okay? The standard deviation of the prices of 10 used cars at a car dealership is calculated to be $2,570. If the dealership reduces the price of each car by $300, what is the value of the new standard deviation? So the standard deviation of the prices of 10 used cars at a dealership, okay, for the 10 used car, the standard deviation was 2,570. Now dealership reduces the prices of each car. Every car is reduced by 300. So overall result will remain the same. So it will remain 2,570 again because every car is reduced by 300. So result won't change. The result would change if one or two cars were
Okay.
changed and the others remain the same. Okay. Okay. So 48.
Sure.
A man has 5 bills in his wallet, two 5 bills, one 10 bills, one 20 bills, and one 50 bills. What is the sample variance of the values of the bills in the wallet? Okay, so this is what we have to calculate the variance. So let's do this. So he has two 5 bills. So first of all, we need to calculate the mean. So what is X bar? A man has 5 bills in the wallet. What is the sample variance? So you need to calculate the mean first. What will be the mean?
So, 2, 3, 5. 90.
90 by divided by
5.
what will you get?
18.
18. So mean would be 18. Good. And now we need to find the standard deviation. So standard deviation would be 5 minus 18 whole square plus 5, 5 bills, so 5 minus 18 whole square plus 110 bills, so 10 minus 18 whole square plus 120 bills, so 20 minus 18 whole square plus 150 bills, so 50 minus 18 whole square. You can do the calculation fastly. Divided by 5 minus 1, that is 4. Done. You should get the answer D, 357.50. Okay, we measure the heights of a random sample of 5 mean. The sample mean and standard deviation are calculated as 175 and 6.27 respectively. A sixth man whose height is 175 is added to the sample. Which of the following happens when the sixth man enters to the sample? So now the sixth man added to the sample, the mean height decreases, the mean height increases, the standard deviation of height decreases. What will happen? The sample mean and standard deviation are this. A sixth man whose height is 175 is added to the sample. Okay. So it means the standard deviation will decrease or increase.
Ways.
Decrease. Good. So option C is the correct answer. Which of the following statements about the variability of data set are true? Okay. Interquartile range is resistance of the effect of outliers. Yes, interquartile range is dependent upon Q3 and Q1 and it does not have any effect of the outliers. So this is the correct option. So 1 is the correct option.
Okay.
Got it? Everything clear?